The acceleration theory, why the elite are speeding up the collapse. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today's topic is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Because while most people are still trying to figure out how to survive what's happening, a small, powerful few have stopped trying to slow the collapse altogether. In fact, they're speeding it up on purpose. Today we're talking about acceleration theory, the idea that collapse isn't a failure. It's a strategy. It's not an accident, it's an opportunity. And the faster we fall, the faster they rebuild, on their terms. Let's begin with what accelerationism actually is. At its core, acceleration theory is the belief that the current system, capitalism, industrial labor, wage-based economies, and democratic infrastructure, cannot be reformed. It is flawed by design, bloated by bureaucracy, and too slow to adapt. According to this theory, the only way to change it is to crash it on purpose. Speed everything up. Push the contradictions. Break the machine. Then, once the dust settles, those in control of the rebuild can install new systems, new rules, and new hierarchies. Not for the people, for themselves. Sound dramatic? It's already happening. Let's look at AI. You'd think, with so many warnings from economists, scientists, and ethicists, that governments and corporations would be taking a slow and cautious approach to AI integration. But that's not what's happening. They're rolling it out faster, more aggressively, with less regulation and more ambition. Why? Because the collapse of human labor isn't a crisis to them. It's a feature. It's not about helping you keep your job. It's about building a system that doesn't need you in the first place. Every major tech leader has warned about AI risk publicly and then continued to double their investment behind closed doors. They know it's going to destabilize everything. That's the point. If you control the tech, the infrastructure, the patents, and the energy, it doesn't matter what breaks. You're positioned to profit from every failure. The worse things get for the general population, the more people rely on synthetic systems, and the deeper the control gets embedded. Acceleration theory isn't just about speed, it's about timing. About engineering disruption at a moment when society is most fragile, when people are emotionally exhausted, financially stressed, politically divided, and too distracted to resist. AI is the perfect tool for that moment. It wipes out jobs, fractures identity, replaces connection with simulation, and delivers convenience so addictive, most people will choose comfort over freedom. And this isn't hypothetical. Let's walk through it. The elites aren't trying to fix the economy, they're replacing it. Not with a better one, but with one they already own. They're collapsing the old world of wage-based labor and rising housing costs, only to offer a new world of subscriptions, digital identities, universal income, and AI-governed access. And they're doing it with speed. Not to save us, but to outrun us. Because when collapse is slow, people organize. When collapse is fast, people panic. The faster the layoffs happen, the faster industries die, the faster cities decay, the less time you have to ask questions. You don't organize a protest when your job disappears overnight. You grab the lifeline. Any lifeline. UBI, digital food credits, automated therapy apps, AI employment tracking. You don't think about what you're agreeing to. You just need to eat. That's how systems of control are installed. Not during peace, but during panic. Accelerationism isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a well-documented philosophy. Nick Land, one of the early thinkers behind accelerationism, argued that capitalism should be pushed to its breaking point, because only through collapse can something new emerge. In other words, don't fight the machine. Fuel it. Break it. Then take its pieces and build something more powerful. Today's tech billionaires didn't invent this idea, but they've perfected it. They know that the real wealth isn't in maintaining the current system. It's in owning the infrastructure of the next one. AI, blockchain, data pipelines, surveillance tools, digital ID networks. These aren't just products. They are the rails of a post-collapse world. Whoever owns the rails owns the society. Let's look at examples. In healthcare, AI is replacing doctors, diagnostics, and therapy. But instead of regulating it, governments are letting it happen. Why? Because when AI owns your body, it owns your data. That data becomes the currency of the next economy. Your heart rate, your fertility, your DNA, your biometric patterns. They're not just medical facts. They're monetizable assets. In education, schools are failing. AI tutors and learning platforms are replacing teachers. But this isn't solving inequality. It's privatizing knowledge. The public school model is dying. In its place, subscription-based education ecosystems, owned by tech firms. They're not educating. They're programming the next generation with content they control. In housing, prices are rising while ownership falls. At the same time, AI-generated smart cities are being built. Privately managed, biometric scanned, digital ID gated, subscription accessed. The collapse of housing affordability isn't a bug. It's a push toward renting your life from corporate-owned grids. Why are they speeding it up? Because once the new systems are live, resistance becomes nearly impossible. You won't rebel against the people who control your food supply chain, your biometric payments, your medical access, your job placement AI, your social score. You'll adapt, you'll accept, and most people will call it progress. This is the goal of the acceleration elite. Trigger chaos, then manage the response. People will beg for solutions that were pre-built. The infrastructure for control is not being created now. It's already built. It's just waiting for activation. Let's talk social structure. When things collapse, people look for clarity. In a world where no one trusts the media, the government, the banks, or the experts, what do they trust? The algorithm. It becomes the new authority. AI doesn't lie. It's neutral, objective, efficient. So we're told. In reality, it is programmed by those with the most power. And if the algorithm decides who eats, who works, who moves, who matters, then you don't live in a democracy. You live in a simulation of choice. And here's the dark twist. The elites aren't afraid of AI. They're afraid of the moment before AI takes over. The moment when people still have questions, still have time, still have fight. So they speed up the shift to make sure you don't reach that moment. They do it by creating fatigue, constant disruption, news cycles, crises, layoffs, tech launches. You never get to rest. You never get to process. Because if you processed what was really happening, you might resist it. So instead, they offer upgrades. Toys, filters, convenience. While the real game plays out in silence. Here's what they hope you'll believe. That this is all organic. That the collapse is accidental. That the systems failing are just overwhelmed. But once you study acceleration theory, you realize collapse is the tool, not the problem. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't have time to play the waiting game. You don't have time to debate whether AI is good or bad. You have time to position. You have time to become ungovernable in the system they're building. That doesn't mean going off-grid. It means becoming non-essential to their control. Building sovereignty. Learning skills they can't automate. Creating value they can't own. Stacking assets they can't freeze. It also means you must stop measuring your success by the standards of the collapsing world. Your job title. Your paycheck. Your degrees. Those were all part of the old economy. If you don't redefine what value means now, you'll wake up one day and realize you've been locked out of a system that no longer even speaks your language. Let me be clear. The collapse is not coming. It's here. Quiet, calculated, digitized. And the people at the top are not fighting to stop it. They're stepping on the gas. Because in their view, the faster it breaks, the faster they win. You want to survive this? You can't just react. You have to see the pattern. You have to understand that every industry falling apart is being made to do so. For profit, for control, for a new operating system of reality. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.